Let me let Instagram know I'm live. Instagram updates. Live stream updates. I'm live. On my GF's account on TikTok. Parker got a GF. And YouTube. Parker got a job. All right, there we are. What's good, everyone? How's everyone doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good, everyone joining in the live right now? Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. How's everyone doing? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? Both my main account and my third account are still banned. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. But we will get some debates going here in a second. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. What's up, everyone on YouTube? How's everyone doing? My night's been pretty good so far. I just saw Matt. It was really cool to see Matt. Really cool to see Matt. What's up, Courtney? How you doing? You are early. What's up? Hey, everyone joining in. We're simply just looking for some debates, everybody. What's good? Do give it a second for people to join up. I'm going to turn on the text so that people know. Just send a guest request if they do support Donald Trump. And only if they do support Donald Trump. So yeah, give it a second for people to join up. Finally, Parker, been waiting for hours. I'm sorry, twice in one day. Yes, I didn't get like a full stream earlier. One, because Dean was live. Two, because I felt like taking a break, to be honest. Some of the guests on Dean's live were pretty brutal. And I got banned earlier, so that was unfortunate. But we're going to start getting some people up here in a second. Only set a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the stream. On the screen, I mean. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? What's your birth year? That was horrible math. 2001? Jesus Christ. Yo, what's up? How old are you? What the fuck? YouTube cannot hear guests? Oh yes, don't worry. We don't have a debate anyway. Don't worry. I'm getting the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump and meet the set of criteria on the stream. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, Parker!
MAGA loving Republican. So funny. That was their name. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, why are you so scared to debate Charlie Kirk?
How old are you first?
Why?
I promise I'll respond. I just need to make sure that you're above age so I can debate you.
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2004.
You're 18 in 2004. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
Why are you so scared to debate Charlie?
Charlie Kirk's scared to debate me. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I didn't mean to join. I'm sorry. I love you.
You're good. Don't worry. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the stream. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
You said 18. How old are you? Or I meant
18?
what? I meant to say what's your birth year? Sorry.
2006.
What month?
October.
Okay. And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay. And why is that?
Because, like, I don't know, it was just too soft under the Biden-Harris administration with things like immigration. It needs to be a lot more draconian and just, I don't know, sick of
They're
kind
totally
of all the
trolling.
woke shit.
They're totally trolling. Totally trolling. It's just that one word. Draconian? What? How old are you?
I'm 24,
What's your birth year?
2001,
What month?
July.
Okay. And do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
Because of his opportunity zones.
His opportunity zones. What about his opportunity zones?
So I'm from Detroit specifically. So President Trump's opportunity zones are
Have I
actually like,
talked to you before? Yeah, I've totally talked to you a million times, huh? Yeah, I know. I know I've talked to them a million times. I was like, their name and their voice sound way too familiar. Like, Coral, thank you for the $50 on YouTube super chat. Thank you so much for Hi Parker. Just popped in to say thank you for always standing up for women's LGBTQ plus IA plus immigrants and minorities' rights and backing it up with science and facts. You and Dean give me hope for the future and for our country. Thanks for being a good man. Thank you so much, Coral. Can we some W's for Coral in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Coral. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can we some W's for Coral in the comment section right now? Seriously, W's for Coral. How many accounts do you have? I have 3 that I'm actively really using right now. Like my main account, Parker get a job, Parker get a real job, and then this account, which is my girlfriend's account. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Cut it away. You know me. Parker, come on now.
I've talked to you before, so have a good day.
No.
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
September.
Okay. And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not MAGA though, but I support him.
Like, if you could go back in time, would you vote for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris?
Most likely.
What do you mean by most likely?
Well, yeah, he's a better person, man.
So you think Donald Trump is a better person? What makes you think that?
He does better things for the American community.
He does better. You said what? Say that one more time.
He does better things for the American community.
Like?
His policies.
Such as?
Border crossings, the alligator Alcatraz.
Okay. So, do you know what Alligator Alcatraz is? Where is it located?
Yep. Florida, I believe.
Okay. And you know that people are being sent there without due process rights, correct? Do you know what due process is?
No, can you inform me?
Yeah, so like when people commit a crime, in order for you to verify that they've committed a crime or not, you have to go through the context of the court system to validate whether or not that's true or false.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's your question?
Do you agree with the alligator Alcatraz?
Wait, why is 2010 in your name?
What, the number?
Yeah,
It's just a number.
but why 2010 specifically? Like, typically people when they put that in their name, that's like their birth year.
I can show you my ID if you want.
I definitely don't want to see your ID, but I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah, I'm not 2010. I've got my driver's license like in the living room. I can go for and show you.
So you were born in 2010?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm a 2006.
Okay. All right. So then continue. Why what were you saying?
Do you agree with alligator Alcatraz?
Definitely not.
Can I ask why?
Yeah, because the people are being sent there without due process rights, which is a violation of their constitutional rights, and the conditions that I've seen within there, I don't think are adequate.
So, you do know if Kamala was president, she'd be doing the same?
Kamala?
Mm-hmm.
No, she wouldn't be doing the same. She wouldn't be violating due process rights in this context. And I can acknowledge I disagree with the Democratic position on immigration to a point, but like that's definitely less than I disagree with the Republican position. And also, a lot of people are saying you're British. What state do you live in?
Kentucky.
What time is it?
Sorry, what?
What time is it?
In Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
Okay. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do meet the set of criteria on the screen. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's the pal to you?
26,
And what's your birth year?
99.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And why is that?
Anti-immigration.
Okay. Why are you against immigration?
It's bad for the working class.
Why is immigration bad for the working class?
When you flood a country with thousands of low-wage workers, it inherently drives down the wages.
Well, did you know that in terms of more people coming to the country over time, given that this is the case, there's no good evidence indicating that it lowers wages, especially across the board? Would you like to provide any good evidence
What?
that immigration lowers wages?
It's basic economics, bro.
Oh, dude, trust me, I understand economics, but I would love to see a study to indicate that it lowers wages.
Okay,
Would you
use
like to
your
provide a
brain,
single
though,
one?
man.
Use my brain.
When
Use my brain as
yeah.
a response.
Okay, all right. 20 million more people flood the country. There's 20 million more people willing to do those jobs.
There's also 20 million more people demanding goods and services within the economy.
That's a moot point, bro.
No, it's not. You can't just look at
It
one
is.
side of the equation. You can't just look at the demand increase. You have to look at the supply increase as well.
It
Also,
doesn't
if we look-
cancel
if we
it
look
out,
at-
though.
Wait, what's to say that? How do you know how much of an impact it has on the economy or the certain conditions on the economy?
How do you know?
How do we know? Because we look at like studies, and studies indicate that
study?
immigration doesn't decrease wages. This has been vastly understood within the
Can
economics.
you name a
community.
study?
Yeah, I can provide you one right now. There's also a bibliography in my bio if you'd like to check out, where I specifically go over. I think I've added the economics portion of the immigration aspect. If you'd like to look at that as well. But if you literally immigration and wages, it's been studied. There's vast studies on this across the entirety of the community. There's no good evidence indicating that it shows that like a reduction in wages outside of people who are just claiming it from right-wing think tanks. Seriously.
So you're just lying?
I'm lying? Are you trolling?
I'm not trolling, bro. It's basic economics. You should be able to use your brain and figure it out.
Use your brain and figure it out. Well,
Also, the
you know, how about
it's not
this?
violating due process, like you said earlier. Like if you get arrested and you have to spend a night in jail, is that violating due process?
By the way, what's it called? I can send you something from UC Davis right now. Just look up how does immigration affect the United States economy, and it goes over what experts have said based upon like certain types of studies. If you'd like to look at that, which also shows like several different reports like throughout time. That's
Okay, great.
That's a good one that you'd be able to understand. And actually, if anything says that immigration increased wages, if anything.
That makes no sense.
I mean, well, I can explain it to you if you'd like.
I want to talk about how the
I have
alligator
a question.
Alcatraz.
Do you think that like if more people had children, that it would be beneficial for the economy?
What do you mean? Of course it would be.
Why so?
Because they share our values, bro.
They share
Cultural
our values.
Yeah.
They share. What do you mean by share values? And also, how do you know?
What about remittances?
By the way,
dude?
wait.
Yo,
Wait.
Okay, hold up.
Doesn't Trump say
What
that
about-
liberals don't share his values? And I mean, there's a lot of liberals that were born in this country, including me.
Are you telling me the average American and the average Mexican have the same like cultural values?
I'm saying people when they come to the country who are Mexican Americans, right? They don't change the country in any way I would consider bad, especially when we're referencing difference in
Okay,
values.
you're not answering my
Can you explain
question.
what difference in values you're saying is relevant between Mexico, right, and the United States? That means in one scenario, right, you would say that it's good values. In the other scenario, you would say it's not good values.
I'm not gonna freaking list off everything,
Yeah.
bro.
Tell me why you think Mexican Americans have worse values or bring worse values to this country. Please explain.
I never said anything about them being worse. I said
That's
they were
exactly what you
different.
just said. You just said people coming from Mexico would be bad for our culture, and I know
I
that.
said I said they have. I didn't say bad. You can run it back.
Okay,
I
wait,
didn't say bad.
so would
I
you
said
say
they
it's
have
positive for
different-
the culture?
I'd say it's different values, dude.
Is that a
And I
bad?
think,
Different values are completely fine as long as it's not a considerably bad value, right? Different values are totally fine. So explain to me
Okay,
what
anyways, back-
values are you referencing that you consider bad?
back
and
to
so
my
far?
question.
Wait, no,
Back
answer
to
my
my
question.
question.
What values?
Back
No,
to my
you can't answer.
question.
You can't answer my question,
Back to
can
my.
you?
You can't
What,
answer
what
my question.
specific
I've asked you
values?
two
Well,
questions
I
you
will
haven't
answer.
answered.
I promise you, I will answer any question you have. Just answer mine.
You literally just you talked.
What specific values are considerably bad insofar as that you wouldn't allow people or want people in the country? Because if they're not bad, then it seems like that the differences in values are actually like a good thing.
Okay. Anyways, back to my question.
He can't
how do you feel
answer.
about
He can't answer.
How do you feel
I'm not
about
gonna.
remittances then?
I'm not gonna engage with that if you don't want to respond to this question. You've got one more shot, bro. Would you like to answer the question? You clearly wouldn't like to. You seem a little bit nervous with answering this question.
All right. Anyways, so they are Catholics, and
Oh, sorry. I apologize. That was an accident. That was totally an accident.
you just keep muting me, bro.
That
What
was.
the hell?
I'm serious. That was actually an accident.
They're Catholics. Don't you think that's bad? They don't support abortion.
So one, I don't think people should be restricted from coming to the country if they're Catholics. And two, why would you say Catholics are bad under your worldview?
I'm a Protestant.
So you don't want to let anyone coming from any country in which is Catholic? So would you be totally okay with people coming from Mexico in which aren't Catholic?
I don't think we really need any more people coming from any countries,
Why?
honestly.
So zero immigration. What
Yeah.
makes you do you think that we have a fertility crisis in this country?
I don't think a fertility crisis is solved by importing people from other countries.
Do you think it's solved by forcing people to go through pregnancies?
I think it's solved by building a society where pregnancies are encouraged and you can actually raise a family.
Yeah.
and the median home
So
price
you
is
just saying that like
$50,000.
so what are you gonna do with the culture to like make people want to have more children? Please explain. Are you gonna like provide paid family leave, pay universal child care, universal health care
economic
access?
thing. It's an economic
so
thing.
what economic things are you gonna provide? Social programs? Like what are you gonna provide?
We need to increase the like standard of living in America.
And wait, okay, so did you know that increased standard of living actually has a negative correlation specifically with birth rates? Did you know that birth rates actually decline given an increase in standard of living? Did you know that? So you
I
can
did know that,
so
yeah.
you can create certain conditions to ensure that people have access, right, to like being able to like choose to have children when they want to. But actually, historically speaking, given the level of children essentially are forced right into or actually essentially the amount of parents that are forced into like having children, not because of conditions in which they choose to, but conditions in which are forced upon them, right? Specifically was the driving factor for the amount of people that were increasing in terms of population and birth rate. So as we've seen that decline over time, right, we typically have seen a decline. Now there could be a certain point where we have like increased quality of life, and that could lead to a greater level of fertility rates, but that would have to be specifically targeted programs, like for example the child tax credit increase, like Kamala Harris was advocating for $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, or like $25,000 tax credit for first time home buyers for new homes, so that like families can get access to new homes, so that they can be more likely to be able to develop those
I
families.
agree with
so
that.
not just an
I think that
increase
would
in
be
quality
great.
of life, it would have to be specifically targeted towards like things that would be relevant towards the development of families.
I think that would be awesome. I think that would be great.
But like those are social programs, things that Republicans aren't advocating for, and historically speaking, want to fund.
Never said I was a Republican.
Well, you're supporting Donald Trump currently, aren't you?
I mean, I voted for Trump, yeah.
Well, you support him currently, right? Would you support him over Kamala Harris, for example?
Like today?
Yeah, like if you could go back in time
Yeah,
and
oh
vote
yeah,
in the election again,
100%,
who would you
yeah.
vote for?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay, but like the policies that I just mentioned that you said that you just agreed with were Kamala Harris's policies, unironically.
Yeah, that's one like iota. That's one little tiny bit of her policies.
Really. So, like, can you name what specific policy of Donald Trump's you support that would increase the birth rate? Is it the cutting people off Medicaid and food stamps? Is that going to like increase the birth rate?
That's not going to lower it.
If anything, it could lower it. Yeah.
It could, maybe. Okay, great.
Okay. So like,
anyway, can I ask my question now? I feel like I've answered all your questions. Can I ask my question?
It seems like you don't have the answers for those ones, but go for it. Ask your question. Ask away.
Okay, so you said that whatever they were calling.
That was for fun. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Yo, bro, you're just trolling me now. So you said that Alligator Alcatraz was a violation of due process.
There has been violations of due process rights, specifically in sending people to Alligator Alcatraz. Do you agree with that?
No.
No,
All right,
you don't? So
all
you think that no one
okay.
had their due process rights violated when sent to Alligator Alcatraz?
Think about it this way. Okay, so say you get pulled over for a DUI.
Didn't answer the question.
I'm trying to.
No. Anyone who was sent to Alligator Alcatraz, did they have their due process rights violated?
Illegal immigrants don't have due process rights.
Oh, yes, they do.
Under
the Constitution, under the 14th Amendment, they have due process rights if they're within the jurisdiction of the country. Do you think tourists have due process?
No, subject.
Wait. If they don't have due process rights, I have a question. I have a question. If they don't,
subject to the jurisdiction of the country.
I have a question.
Subject to the jurisdiction of the country.
Okay.
That means you're a citizen.
No. That does not mean you're a citizen because it specifically
the entire 14th Amendment.
It specifically says person. I did read the 14th Amendment.
The gentleman who wrote the
person.
14th Amendment. Go read his opinion
person.
on it. Go read his opinion on it.
The 14th Amendment. They
Birthright
literally debated this in Congress, and
they
debated this in Congress and literally said that people who specifically come to the country, who have children in this country, who are Chinese immigrants specifically, do absolutely get their children absolutely get citizenship. That's what they indicated.
That's a revisionist view on it.
No, it's not.
Those are the arguments. In the time that the amendment, in the time that the amendment was written, it was written under the implicit assumption that you had to be a citizen of the country. That's a ridiculous argument that you're making right now. You can go read the guy who wrote the actual 14th Amendment talked about.
By the way, that's with the birthright citizenship. I'm referencing the fact that it says people or person. Okay, when you reference the idea of person, right, and you distinct that from what a citizen is earlier defined within the clauses, it's very clear that it's referencing anyone within the country. Not just people.
Regardless, you still haven't let me make my.
Wait, so let me ask you this question:
okay.
How do you identify if someone is undocumented without due process?
What?
How do you identify from a court perspective that someone is in the country?
So is your argument?
He can't answer this question. What specifically? How can you identify that someone's undocumented without due process rights?
Is your argument that American citizens are being sent to Alligator Alcatraz?
He can't answer this. He can't answer this.
I'm trying to figure out
what was my question? Did you even listen?
So, well, you're just.
How do you identify? Listen, I'll ask the question again. How do you identify someone as undocumented without due process?
If they don't have a passport, an ID, a birth certificate, anything like that. It's not hard. We're all in a system, bro.
So for example, if I just claimed Donald Trump was an undocumented immigrant, would it be justified for me to get him deported?
So it's okay. So you're saying that people in Alligator Alcatraz
have been
sent
holy shit.
Without...
He can't even answer.
Bro,
the question.
I'm trying. Yo, you're crashing out right now.
You're not able to answer a question.
Calm down. You're saying that people have been sent there without due process.
Yes, right? There are people that have been sent there without due process rights.
Okay, so have any American citizens been sent there?
There were people that claimed to be U.S. citizens that were sent there. Yes.
Do you have any proof of that they were actually American citizens? Because I feel like that would have been.
I didn't see the verification of it.
Nationwide headlines. So
Maxwell Frost literally indicated this. So I mean, Maxwell Frost posted a video about this.
Okay, so you saw a video on
and
Twitter
U.S. citizens, and people legally in the country have been detained, right, without due process rights, and they've been held in this country. Some have literally, some people have been deported, especially with against Supreme Court orders, right?
I think you have a perverted view of what due process is. Like the original kind of analogy I was trying to make, if you get arrested for drunk driving, you're going to spend the night in jail. You might spend a few weeks in jail, right? Is that a violation of your due process because you haven't gone before a judge or a jury?
Because you will go in front of a jury. right? You will go in front of a judge.
Okay, so eventually you will. So you can be held
within a speedy trial. That's specifically what indicates it. And weeks in jail without anything would be incredibly fucked up, of course. Like, I would argue, like, again, we have this particular ingrained in the Constitution, a speedy trial, something that doesn't happen, right? Obviously, it can't happen right away, right? But as soon as possible, right?
Do you think that people who come here illegally, like, do you think, like, all these illegal immigrants should have, like, amnesty? You think they should have a path to citizenship?
Yes, they should. Anyone in the country who's undocumented, who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime, should be given a pathway to citizenship.
I mean, they all committed a crime.
Oh, I said a bad crime, like a crime so bad it's insofar as that someone should be deported.
Okay. What if, like, so what would be like a nonviolent crime in your eyes, or like a good crime? Because you said there's a bad crime. What would be like a good crime?
It's not necessarily a good crime, but it's just not a bad crime. Like, it's a crime.
Okay, so like, give an example. Like, what's an example of that? Like shoplifting.
No, that's not the example that I was providing. The example that I would provide specifically would be like jaywalking, speeding. Like, it just depends.
I wouldn't really. That's not
any crime that I wouldn't consider.
All right, jaywalking. Come on, bro. That's a straw man. Jaywalking is not a crime.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying any violation of the law that isn't. Considered bad.
So what about like a felony?
What about a felony? It depends on what the felony is.
Really?
Yes.
That's an interesting. That's a hot take right there.
It is? I mean, you voted for a convicted felon. Is that a hot take?
I love voting for criminals. Shouldn't criminals have rights?
I mean,
right?
wait.
Like, aren't criminals allowed to have rights?
Should Donald Trump get due process rights?
Yeah, he's an American citizen, of course.
Well, how do you know that? I mean, have you seen his birth certificate? Where was that?
I mean, it's pretty well documented that he's an American citizen.
I mean, by who?
Bro, come on. Well, what is this argument? What are you talking about?
By who? Like, I mean, like, where is this document?
This is such a dumb argument.
I mean, I don't think he was born in the U.S. I see.
What are your opinions on Israel?
Why'd you just pivot? I'm acknowledging I don't think Donald Trump was born in the United States. I don't think he's fit to be president of the United States.
You legitimately don't think Donald Trump was born in America?
Not at all, dude.
Okay, well, his parents were citizens, right? So regardless of if he was born in America or not, he's a citizen.
No. Those aren't actually his parents.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so you're just trying to troll me. Is that?
I mean, have you ever heard of Willy Wonka?
What?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Willy Wonka?
I'm not familiar.
Not familiar at all? Well, let's just
Is
say,
that like a politician? Or?
Let's just say Willy Wonka would probably know where Donald Trump, given that he's orange, like where he was born, you know.
All right, all right. Anyways, what's your opinions on Israel? Because I think we can agree on some stuff. You might like think we're not going to agree on anything, but I feel like we could agree on a lot of stuff. Like, I've agreed with you on how we bring up the birth rates in America, and I'd love to get your opinion on Israel.
Yeah, I think that they're committing a genocide. They're actively starving Palestinians, mass starving Palestinians.
100% agree. I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Do you think
Kamala you want to cut the funding? You want to cut the funding to Israel?
Oh yeah, I don't think we should be sending out any foreign aid like at all. I think we should send out no foreign aid.
I mean, I don't agree with the position that we should be sending out no foreign aid, but I don't agree.
I think that we could spend that money a lot better here in America, and it would help our citizens a lot more than sending it, like $20 million for like whatever gay clinics in Zimbabwe.
Okay, so again, I like how he doesn't acknowledge, like, why don't you say the war crimes? But instead you're specifically saying, like, what specific clinic are you referencing?
I agree with you.
What clinic are you referencing? That's not what I agreed with. What clinic are you referencing?
No, I said I agree with you. Yeah, Israel's committing a genocide.
What clinic are you referencing?
People. I can look it.
You see how he just tries to sneak that in there and like, oh, we agree so much. We have so much agreement. Oh my God, we have so much agreement. And he like tries to sneak that in there.
You fucking. Bro. I'm trying to agree with you.
You thought you could get away with that.
Okay. Do you think Kamala would have done anything differently with the Israel-Palestine conflict?
I mean, I think that Kamala Harris would have done differently than Donald Trump, but I don't think that her position is like good on that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But she absolutely would have done differently than Trump.
Do you think what's happening today would not be happening under Kamala in Palestine?
I mean,
I don't think it'd be any different.
I
can't. I think our entire government.
I definitely think it would be. I definitely think it would be different, but I can't
controlled by AIPAC.
I can't quantify what the differences would be. All right, I definitely don't think that she would have been okay with like the level of starvation that's happening right now. I'm honestly, what concerns me is that she hasn't said much about it. That's what pisses me off, right? So I mean, that's really
so you think, maybe isn't that a little bit weird? And who was it that it was some Republican? Thomas Massey brought in that resolution into the House to cut funding to Israel, and what was it? I think 4 people voted for that resolution, and the entire rest of the House, all hundreds of them, all voted to keep sending money to Israel. So don't you think?
Are you talking about the one that Marjorie Taylor Greene was heading?
No, Thomas Massey was heading one.
I have to look back at what the one Thomas Massey was, because I remember one specifically from Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? But
so all right. So I think us, maybe we have a lot of different views on everything, and we have a lot of different opinions on how our country should be run. I think the most concerning thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I finish my point?
Sure.
I think the most concerning thing for both sides, both people like me and people like you, should be the fact that our government is blatantly controlled by a foreign government.
Okay, so there are foreign government influences over our
but the number one, the most prevalent, the most popular one. There's no other foreign government that lobbies Congress, lobbies our government without having to register under FARA. Israel is the only one with AIPAC. Any other country trying to lobby our government has to register under FARA, and for some reason, Israel has not ever been forced to do that with AIPAC, and it seems a little bit weird. It also seems weird every president goes to the Wailing Wall, kisses and prays at the wall. Every president goes to Israel. In the New York,
are you just going to ignore Russia? Are you going to ignore Russia? I totally agree with this point specifically when it comes to Israel. I mean, your position probably could come from anti-Semitism, which I would heavily fucking disagree with, because that's what's very prevalent on the right, leading to these particular views.
I'm not anti. That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
I'm just saying on the right.
Don't say that about me.
Okay. I'm saying on the right specifically that these views are incredibly prevalent, right? Specifically when people tend to have these particular views on the right. So I think it's important, especially when you talk to people who are right-wingers, when they are particularly referencing these views, just to make sure, right, that this isn't
rooted in I totally denounce that, dude.
Because it is the case.
I absolutely denounce that.
There is absolutely a distinction between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. It's important to make that distinction.
Oh, yeah.
But oftentimes,
I'm the anti-Zionist.
A lot of times people on the right will try to guise their anti-Semitism through anti-Zionism, which I think is really bad, because I don't want anti-Zionism to be associated with anti-Semitism, because I think that's anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, they're not actually Semitic people, so it's kind of like it's a false term.
Oh my Jesus
but
Christ! I'm about to kick you from the live for saying
some
dumb shit like
I mean
that.
that's just like an ethnic thing. Like,
what was the point of saying that? What's the point of saying that? What's the point of saying that? How the fuck is that relevant to anything that we were talking about? Even if you believe that, how the fuck is that relevant?
Words are important. I don't hate Jewish people. I guess let me just put that out there before you crash out. I do not hate Jewish people. I'm not a fan of the Jewish government.
Can you answer how that was relevant? Can you answer how that was relevant?
It's just we're using words. It's like the same way people spell Kiev now in Ukraine. Words are important.
Mm-hmm. Words are important.
Right? Am I wrong?
So again, that was just totally irrelevant. The only people I ever hear making that point are fucking groypers, to be totally honest with you. Are you a groyper?
What's a groper?
A groyper.
A groyper?
Yeah, they're on the alt-right. They follow Nick Fuentes.
I'm not familiar. I'm really I don't know. I don't really be on TikTok that much, so.
How many Jewish people died in the Holocaust?
6 million, isn't that the number?
Is that what you believe?
Oh yeah, I believe, of course.
Just making sure. I'm just trying to make sure.
How many weren't there a lot more though? Didn't some Polish people die too? And,
yeah. That was just in reference to people.
How many people died in the Holodomor? Weren't there wasn't it
there were a lot of
20
people
million?
Yeah, there was a lot.
I think that was 20
I don't know the specific number, but I think that we can reference particularly all of those. I think they're incredibly important to reference in terms of genocide historically speaking, right? I think incredibly important to reference, as if like forced famines, right, are aspects of genocide that are used specifically to murder people, exactly like what Israel's doing right now, right?
Oh,
Mass
yeah,
starving
agreed.
people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like we agree on this.
Okay. So then, like, I'm confused. Like, I have a question here. What's the reason why you like Trump?
I already said, like,
Or actually, here, let me ask a separate question. I apologize. Would you vote for someone who was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Civilly liable. See, that's kind of where you get me. Like, the burden of proof in civil court is a lot lower than it is in criminal court. You know, you could be found of a lot of things you didn't do.
What's the distinction in standard of evidence?
What do you? That's common knowledge.
Yeah, and I'm asking you. What's the distinction?
It's It's what do you mean? It's what?
What's the distinction in standard of evidence? Like, do you know what the standard of evidence is for both of them?
Am I supposed to be giving you like a lesson here?
Well, I know what it is.
Because like that's pretty much common.
Hey, dude,
I feel like everybody knows that, though.
I
right?
understand.
Like, why are we
I know.
I
I get you. Everyone, yeah, totally. Everyone
right.
knows
So
it.
you agree with me, right?
Hold
so what's
on,
the point? Why are you asking me this?
Everyone knows this. That's why I'm asking you just if you know. Because like I've said this a million times on my live before, but do you know?
Do I particularly know exactly what you're asking me? No, I don't. Sorry.
But you said everyone knows.
In general speaking terms, yes. Everyone colloquially. Okay, yeah, this is so funny for you, isn't it? Really?
Words matter. Words matter
right,
so much, dude. They matter so much.
Well, what's your
Seriously,
point?
dude,
What's your
words
point?
matter so much.
What's your point?
Words matter. And also, like,
yeah, you're right.
It's
100%.
beyond a reasonable doubt for criminal cases, and for civil cases, it's preponderance of evidence. I think preponderance of evidence is enough to accept it. One. Secondly, as it relates to this, would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child?
Of course not. No.
Oh, okay. So then why would you accept that standard of evidence? I'm confused. If you were disputing it based upon the standard of evidence, wouldn't it also be true if the victim were a child? Because the standard of evidence is still preponderance of evidence. So it's not the standard of evidence it's not the standard of evidence that you were. Oh, it's
like
worse.
total...
So look at this, chat. He's not disputing on the fact that there's a certain standard of evidence. He's saying that specifically it's not bad enough to sexually assault a woman insofar as you shouldn't support someone for president of the United States. That's what he's disputing it based upon.
Are all your arguments just straw mans? Because I feel
that's not a straw man. That's what you just argued.
About?
That's
You're arguing about civil, like, bro. Come on. All right. So first you said, "Oh, he's a felon," blah blah. Like, oh, now he's civilly liable. Civilly liable.
Yes.
Like that's, dude. Who gives a shit? Okay. Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares? You don't care about people. You don't care about like.
I don't care about
grave
the
victims.
of civil court, bro.
Wait,
no,
you don't care about grave victims. I care. So, you say who cares? I fucking care. I care about every single person who's been assaulted, and you should too, because it's a fucking disgusting thing that happened to them. Yes, there is. Yes, there is, and it's been determined in a civil court based on preponderance of evidence.
Oh, it's been determined, but not in the criminal court, because every time it brought up.
Wait. Why was it not brought up in? Why was it not brought up in a criminal court?
There wasn't enough evidence.
Liar! Knew you'd lie. I knew he would say this and lie. That's not the reason. The reason is because of statute of limitations. What's a statute of limitation?
I know what a statute of limitation. Bro, why are you trying to give me...
What's a statute of... Answer the question then. What's a statute of limitation?
Okay,
you're so confident. You say you know all of these things. Answer it.
Okay.
What's the statute of limitation?
If the statute of limitations is like 25 years, you can't be charged with that crime after 25 years.
Regardless of the level of evidence, right?
Yeah, okay, great.
Oh my God. It's almost like you can't give a reason specifically as to why you don't accept the case other than something that you had no basis in saying. You just made it up.
Why would somebody wait that long, though? Why wait that long?
Many victims take decades to come out.
Oh, like who was it that the Brett Kavanaugh thing?
I know multiple people in my life that took a decade plus to come out.
What are your opinions? Who was that like chick who said Brett Kavanaugh raped her in like high school?
Woman. And by the way, don't pivot. Please address what we're talking about here. Donald Trump was held civilly liable unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people for forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. By the way, you accept the civil court. He accepts the civil court determination when we're referencing the victim as a child. But when the victim's an adult, you don't accept the civil court determination. Why?
Actually, I take back what I said. I wouldn't accept a civil court regardless.
Oh, okay. So, for example, if Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child with Jeffrey Epstein, you would still support him?
Civilly liable?
Yeah.
I feel like that would get, if it didn't go to actual court case, like
that is a court case. Civil courts are court cases.
I'd have to see the evidence in a criminal court. I'd have to see the actual evidence.
Wait, so like, for example, given that you can't look at the evidence and all you know is that he was held civilly liable amongst a unanimous decision of jury and 9 people for forcefully penetrating a child against their will with Jeffrey Epstein, would you support him?
What did you just say? Why are you going so in depth about something about like child abuse?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you because people specifically who are Trump supporters often dispute the basis of the fact that it's considered grape, right? Because it is the case that under the law at that time it was considered sexual abuse because it is the case that she didn't know whether it was the fingers or the male member, right? That he specifically used to assault her with. Now, that's not a reason to dispute that it's rape. It's rape regardless. Any forceful penetration of a woman's vagina against her will, or anyone, right, against their will, is literally rape. Okay? So that's the reason why I say that is because people oftentimes use that to dispute how bad it actually is. And when I describe it in that way, everyone understands it as rape. And it needs to be clear that this is, insofar as you don't dispute how fucking bad it is, so that you can justify supporting such a treacherous and horrible person.
Okay, so do you believe there's a reason for like the distinction? Like why do criminal courts have a higher like standard of evidence? What's the reasoning there?
Yeah, so criminal courts.
So why isn't the standard of why isn't it the same? If like it's enough for you to be found liable in civil court, why is that not enough for the criminal courts? That's my question. Yeah,
so criminal courts are based upon beyond a reasonable doubt, and civil courts are based upon preponderance of evidence.
And I know you're explaining that, but
I'm trying to finish.
Okay, yep.
The penalty is financial, not specifically going to prison. So I think it is the case. We could give an explanation. I don't know if this is the correct explanation, but this seems to be the explanation to me, right? Is that it is the case that we don't need as much, right, in terms of evidence to be sure that someone specifically is going to, right, be violating of this particular civil law, right, as the same as a criminal law, right? Because it is the case that it sends someone to prison comparative to, right, specifically just being financial charges.
But you think like, so say like
a civil dispute is between two people.
Okay,
and
yeah,
a criminal
exactly.
in a criminal case
between the government and the person.
The government and the person. Yes.
Yeah,
that's another example.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the standard of evidence we should strive for, though, right? Like, if it's enough to send someone like the criminal, like obviously that's a higher standard of evidence.
By the way, if you knew based on preponderance of evidence that someone sexually abused a woman, would you let them be a gym teacher?
This is such a stupid question. Like, I'd have to see the evidence. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't need this evidence.
Give me an example
by the way, you haven't seen the evidence, and yet you're disputing the case. Interesting. So explain to me why you're okay specifically with.
No, because I'm asking you to give me an example. Like, what's the evidence that was found? So was it like a video of this happening, or is it like a testimony? Like, is it just like he said, she said? Like, that's my question.
So one, this shows you didn't look at the case at all, so you have no reason to dispute it. Secondly, I can give.
We were talking about.
I can give plenty of things specifically.
We were talking about a hypothetical. We were talking about the gym teacher hypothetical here. We weren't talking about it, right? Didn't you ask me a hypothetical question?
Yes. What hypothetical question did I ask you?
You asked me, like, would you let someone found guilty in civil court be a gym teacher, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was asking, like, what's the evidence?
Yeah. Do you need to look at the evidence in order to say that they shouldn't be a gym teacher?
Well, I'd like to see the evidence. Yeah, of course.
But do you have to? Because to me, I have enough faith.
I mean, we're talking about a hypothetical here, like hypothetical.
To me, I have enough evidence. To me, I have enough evidence to believe that that the civil court jury determination is going to be accurate. Insofar as that, I would say that I wouldn't let them be a gym teacher, right, or be in that position, right? Across the board, I would make a rule that they should not be allowed to be a gym teacher. And not only that, I think that should be applicable to any teacher in general. I think that should be applicable to practically most positions of power, right? For people immigrating to the country. If someone wants to immigrate to the country, right, legally, I wouldn't let them come to the country if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. Would you let them come to the country?
What about if they were coming here illegally? How would you know that?
Answer the question. If they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, I would say that they should be deported on the condition that they're going to be put in a prison in another country, right? Or that something's going to be restricting them from being able to do that to other people. So there are plenty of things like that I can point to. But again, in terms of those certain standards, right, I think people, again, who have been held civilly liable of sexually abusing women should not be allowed to enter the country through illegal means. Do you think that they should?
No, of course not.
Okay, so then why not?
Well, I think that the standard of evidence for someone like that should be lower than like an American citizen. right?
No, okay, again, so you think that
Because if there's even like a shadow of a doubt that someone trying to come into our country is
well,
like
that doesn't make any sense.
sexual abuse
No, so
or whatever,
here's the point.
like, they just shouldn't be allowed in the
Here's the
country.
point I'm generating from this. Okay, here's the point I'm generating for this. You are essentially arguing that there should be harsher qualifications for coming into the country through the legal process versus becoming president of the United States. You're saying conditions in which would make you not qualified to become a legal citizen are not conditions in which would not make you qualified to be president of the United States. And I think that's a ridiculous assertion because I think that there are
have a rebuttal here?
Can I please finish my statement?
I'm sorry, I thought you were done. That's my bad. I feel like
there's no way you thought I was done. I was mid.
Well, you just kind of repeat your point for like 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
A lot of times.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, should a convicted felon be allowed to become president? Say they did something stupid when they were 18, they went to jail for like 3 years, they have a felony conviction, right? Say 40 years later, they're like a reformed person, great person. Should they be allowed to be president?
It depends on what the felony is. To be honest, like
really?
Yeah, it depends on what the felony is. Like
okay,
I'll give you an example. If there was a specific felony related to DRUG possession of M drug, that person should absolutely be allowed to be president of the United States. I'd be totally okay with that because I'm an elevator myself.
What's an elevator?
It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay. So we're literally agreeing then that there is a different standard for becoming president than coming into the country because like felons shouldn't be allowed to be American citizens. We already agreed on that.
I never said felons across the board shouldn't be allowed to be American citizens.
Oh, you said if they've committed like good felonies, right? I remember now.
I never said that. It was never a word that came out of my mouth. I don't know. Are you strawmanning me on purpose?
Well, that's not a straw man. Come on,
That is
bro.
absolutely a straw man because did I ever say those words?
All right, can we move on? Can we talk about something else? I like talking with you, bro.
I don't
This
like
is
talking
fun.
to you. This is not fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a horrible conversation. This is not productive
Why?
at all. You're not actually
because I don't
engaging
agree with you.
No, dude, I engage in conversations with people who don't agree with me every single day. Why do people say this when I say this about them? It's particularly about how you conduct yourself in the context of this conversation. I debate people for a living. I disagree with people for a living. It's not just because I disagree with you. That is the most ridiculous thing for someone to say on the live stream ever. Most ridiculous thing.
Okay, my bad. My bad, big dog. Do you want to talk about something else?
Jesus
Do you have
Christ,
any
what?
other questions?
Emily, thank you for the $10. Thank you. I mean, did you want to like address originally what I was saying? Would you let someone legally enter the country if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman? No. Given that you wouldn't allow them to legally enter.
I already answered
given
that.
Given that I know. That's why I'm specifically still establishing this. Right? Given that you wouldn't let someone legally enter the country, right? In that context, right? Then why would you let them become president of the United States? Because I think there should be more qualifications on becoming president of the United States than becoming a legal citizen through the context of immigration.
Wait, are we like rehashing this? Because I feel like we just talked about.
You didn't answer my question. I brought this up and then you immediately pivoted.
No, I feel like I did answer this.
No, tell me what your answer was then.
Jack, can we get a replay?
Can you just answer the fucking question or I'm going to kick you?
Okay, honestly, I really I don't think that like an illegal immigrant coming into the country who's been like found liable of like sexual assault should be like,
holy fucking shit, this guy is either stupid or disingenuous. I'm serious. Like, you've got to be either stupid or disingenuous. I did not say anything like that. I said someone who's going through the legal process. You wouldn't let someone legally into the country if they were held civilly liable of sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
That's what I just said.
No, you didn't. You just said illegally.
Oh, sorry. That was a misspoken words on my part.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That was a purposeful statement. You're either rage baiting, stupid, or
no, I honestly just misspoke. Like, I apologize.
Bullshit.
What do you, bro? Come on. I honestly misspoke. I don't even think No, I don't think someone should be able to come here legally if they've been found guilty of.
So why do you put harsher qualifications on becoming a legal citizen through the context of immigration than becoming president of the United States?
You asked me this question like 5 minutes ago, and I'll give you the same answer I gave.
Ahead.
Because people coming from another country, right? If there's even a little bit of like a thought, like, oh, maybe this is a bad person, we shouldn't let them in the country. I'm not saying that it necessarily means that that's what they did, But it's like, okay, maybe they did do that. We just should be, rather safe than sorry and not let them in here.
So shouldn't we do that with the president of the United States as well?
No, because I think all right, okay. Let me ask you a question, okay? Have there ever been people found like falsely guilty in civil court?
Yes, and same thing with
yes.
thing with any type of court system.
Same.
What is the likelihood
of that? Do you think that more people
what is the likelihood of that?
What do you? I don't know the exact numbers, bro.
So, for example, specifically, if we're referencing just charges, not even through the context of the civil court, through the context of a jury, or through the context of a criminal court, just an accusation, right, from a legal perspective, right, in terms of a charge, the likelihood of that being accurate is 90 to 98%. And that's without that's without the due process.
So yeah, worst case,
just the accusation.
Right? Just the accusation being false, like there's a 10% chance that it's a false accusation, right? Is that what we're saying right now?
No, 2 to 10%.
2 to 10%, right? Okay, so we could like split the difference and call it 6%.
Sure.
Okay.
So 94% likelihood of being accurate. And you don't think that's enough to accept? And that's just a charge. That's not even through the context of the civil court yet. That's just the charge.
Okay. Yeah, I know you already said that. Do you think that the like rate of false conviction is higher in criminal court or civil court?
Criminal court. Wait, the rate of false conviction?
Yeah.
Of
or
course,
like whatever.
Of course, it would be higher. Of course, it would be higher for civil court comparative to criminal court.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I'm confused. What's your point?
I just wanted to like make that clear.
No one's disputing that. I'm confused what your point is.
Oh no, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
And.
Anyways, so what are your thoughts on
what was the relevance in response to what I was originally bringing?
Well, I already told. I said I just wanted to make it clear.
So don't pivot again instead of just addressing the original point that I was bringing up. Because again, why do we put more qualifications for one over the other? You're just saying, oh, I don't want people in the
country.
country.
Answered that, bro. I've answered this question like 3 times, man.
And then I asked you, why are you okay with people who are specifically going to be threats as president of the United States?
Wait, what?
Why are you okay with people who you would deem as threats in coming to the country through the context of the legal immigration process? Would you allow them to be president of the United States?
What?
You wouldn't accept
threats?
You wouldn't.
I never said they were threats. I just said that it'd be, better safe than sorry when it comes to that.
You wouldn't let the president legally immigrate to the country if he was born in a different country.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you wouldn't let the president of the United States.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to be president if he was born in a different country. What's your point?
Jeez, dude, I didn't say this. I said specifically, you wouldn't allow the president of the United States, if you were born in a different country, to legally immigrate to the United States.
Yeah, but that's just like okay, yeah.
That isn't absurd to you?
Why would that be absurd?
Because obviously, if you think that they should be allowed to come to the country through the context of a legal process, it would make sense that you would typically think that they should be allowed to legally immigrate to the country, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say no.
Did you hear anything I said?
No, I was getting distracted by something. I really do.
Okay. I don't think our conversation in general is going anywhere anyway, so I'm going to go on to the next person. Samantha, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I do. Give me some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Samantha. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Sid with the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Yes, I am back. Thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate it. Crystal, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Nathan with the $5. Happy birthday, Nathan. Happy birthday. Thank you. Lola, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. I would watch the live. You'll hear it very quickly. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that's on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
How you doing, man?
How old are you?
How you doing, man?
Fetus. So the next person only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
20,
What's your birth year?
2004,
In what month?
December.
And do you support Trump?
I do support Trump.
And why is that?
I support him for a few different reasons. One, his abortion stance, and two, his immigration stance.
Okay, what about immigration? We'll start with that.
Okay, you want to start with immigration? Immigration stance, I support the fact that we should not let just anyone into the country. You know, we should have records, and that's pretty much where I stand on it. We should at least have records on it, you know, just so that we can see who's in our country at all times.
We will have more records on people if we give everyone in the country who's undocumented, who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime, a pathway
Mass
to
amnesty.
citizenship.
Mass amnesty. So the only problem with mass amnesty is what you were just talking about with the convicted felons. And while it depends on what type of felony, you wouldn't want a convicted murderer to come into your country and then do the same exact thing here. You also wouldn't want a convicted sex offender to come into your country and do the same thing here. You know,
Would you
Which there
want
are circumstantials
would you
to,
want a violent sex offender to be president?
with that topic, I don't really want to get into it, but I mean, I see where your stance are on that with the way Trump acts. I'm not total for Trump, but I'm not total for against Trump.
I mean, but like, I think it's a very simple thing. If you wouldn't want a violent sex offender to be able to legally immigrate to the country, then why would you want a violent sex offender to be president?
I don't think he's a fully violent person.
He was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. That's violent.
Was that?
Well,
I don't know enough on that topic to argue on it, so I don't want to.
do you think forceful penetration of a woman's vagina against her will is violent?
I do, but I do not know
Okay,
enough.
then Donald Trump is a violent sex offender because he was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will amongst a unanimous decision of 9 people in a jury.
Yes, but I don't know enough about that topic, so I can't speak on it. Does that?
You don't need to know anything about the topic in order to say that that's condemnable behavior. If you had a friend that was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, would you like stay friends with him?
No.
No. Okay. And do you even have to look at the evidence?
You do have to look at the evidence.
Okay,
yes.
so he was held civilly liable amongst a unanimous decision of 9 people. Let's say that you can't look at the evidence because the documents are sealed. You can't look at it at all. Would you stay friends with him?
I would have to have a full conversation with them and understand and come to a conclusion of, do I believe?
He claims he didn't do it.
He claims he did not.
He claims they never met. He claims he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she's quote unquote not his type. But then like he mistook her with his ex-wife, like in a certain picture.
That one's a little weird. If it was one of my friends and I knew them very well and they claimed to do it, like not to do it, then I would believe them on the fact of my friends would not lie to me like that. You know,
so your quote unquote friend, if he was held civilly liable of forcibly penetrating a woman's vagina against her will, you can't look at any of the evidence of the case, right? And he specifically, right, said he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she's quote unquote not his type, but then specifically said, right, when seeing a picture that his ex-wife, or he thought his ex-wife, he thought a picture of them was his ex-wife.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't be friends with him now.
So if you wouldn't be friend, if it's good enough reason to not be friends with them, then it would be good enough reason to not support them for president, correct?
Not necessarily correct.
How about this? If you have good enough reason to believe that it happened, then you have good enough reason. Hold on. If you have good enough, if you have good enough reason, if you have good enough reason to believe that it happened when in reference to your friend, you have good enough reason to believe that it happened when in reference to Trump. Is that a good enough conclusion?
If it's not good enough, I mean, if it's good enough convention of yes, I do believe that it did happen, then no, I would not necessarily.
Let me explain. You have good enough reason to believe it when it's in reference to your friend. Do you have good enough reason to believe it when it's in reference to a person running for president?
I don't think I do.
What? If you have good enough reason to drop them as a friend, if you have that much evidence to prove that enough to drop them as a friend, well then that same level of evidence should be enough as a reason to not support someone for president of the United States.
You also have to look at circumstantial of who you're voting for. Like because you have to look at like the other options, right? When you don't have another option to vote for, then you stand with the one that you don't really necessarily think is all great, you know? So I think that Trump was the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
You're delusional. Explain to me one thing Kamala Harris did that was bad.
It's what she didn't do.
Like?
Support Roe v. Wade getting overturned.
So it's just abortion?
Abortion mainly, yeah.
Okay, so if she was pro-life, would you vote for her?
Possibly, but I have a
No?
slight problem with the fact that other countries might not respect us and not be at the same point in us at the time period of right now.
Why?
Because she was a woman.
Oh,
but like,
there it is. So it's misogyny. I have a question. If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump swap bodies, would you vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? Sorry, wrong. I phrased it wrong. I phrased it wrong. If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump swap bodies, would you vote for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's body or Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's body?
Probably Donald Trump's body. Like, no, not that. I said it wrong. Kamala Harris' body.
Okay, so it's not about her being a woman then. So then what is it about?
No. It's simply about Donald Trump's mind and how it works versus how Kamala Harris's mind works.
Harris. What about his mind?
What about his mind? Okay. So, 1, his stance on abortion, right? 2, his stance on the economic GDP.
Economic GDP? What does GDP stand for?
The gross GDP. Gross domestic profit, I think. Am I wrong?
Product.
I'm probably
gross domestic product. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross domestic product.
So, and what else?
I mean, there's a few different things. Like I don't love a lot of things.
If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump swapped economic views and abortion views, who would you vote for?
Kamala Harris.
Okay. If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump swapped abortion views, who would you vote for?
That's a tough one. It really is. I would be at a standstill. I would like them.
You already answered this earlier, dude.
I'd probably vote for Kamala Harris.
Okay. So you answered differently than the way you answered earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would vote for Kamala Harris. So it's abortion that specifically is the reason. It's not the economic position. If they swapped economic positions, who would you vote for?
Economic positions? I mean, they're close in economic positions.
So if they swapped economic positions and no other position, which person would you vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay, so it's not the economic position, it's the abortion position. I have a question.
It's the abortion.
Do you think abortion should be illegal?
No. I think the abortion should stay to the states.
What?
seeing how
Okay,
we
so do you think it should be federally legal?
federally legal, yes, but to the states to
It should be federally legal, but left up to the states. Oh my God. No, that's contradictory. Okay, if it's federally legal, then leaving it up to the states would mean that it's not federal, and that it's up to the states. Okay. So if you agree that it should be federally legal, you're pro-choice. Did you know that? You can say abortion is wrong and think that it should be legal and be pro-choice. Did you know that? Did you know that's probably Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's position? You can unmute your mic, by the way, Jimmy. You're muted. Crystal, thank you so much for the $10 again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always, everybody. Let me make sure I'm caught up on the YouTube Super Chat real quick, everyone. Let me make sure I'm caught up real quick. Sage, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's so cute. That's so cute. Thank you so much, Sage. Samantha, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Emily with the $10 again. Thank you. Gloomy with the $5. Thank you. Taylor, thank you for the $10. Emily with the $5. And Coral with the $5 again. Thank you. As well as Marie. Thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. As well as Coral again. Thank you so much for the $10. Livy with the $10. Thank you. And Marie, thank you for the $5. Thank you. So, do you think abortion should be federally legal?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
I restate that. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay. Why should it be? Do you think that why should it be left up to the states? Actually, I'll ask that question.
Okay, so I think that it should be left up to the states because you have a lot of different types of people in each state. And at the end of the day, we are a free country. So we should have the freedom to choose which state we want to live in versus like which state we want to live in by which laws they approve and which standards they stand on.
Watch this. You want it to be up to the choice. You say there's such differences between people in different states, so different states need different laws. There's such differences between people within the states that we need laws that protect people's choice in each scenario to either get one if they want or don't get one if they don't want to.
Possibly even leave it up to the counties is what I would go up to.
You know,
Because
and
you
possibly
go down to
possibly even go maybe to like the even smaller than that. Like let's reference like the cities. You know, or
I wouldn't reference the
let's
cities
maybe
because we would
we should go even smaller than that. Fuck the cities. How about we talk about the households? You know, fuck the households. Let's talk about the individual person. It should be left up to the individual person because then, right, people can make a choice of whether or not they want it or whether or not they don't want it. You know, since there's such differences between people, even within the context of counties and within states, right, we should clearly just leave it up to the individual, right?
No, because like I know I sound stupid when I'm saying it like that.
Elida, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. John, thank you for the $5. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Well, my viewpoint on it is like obviously my viewpoint is that it's murder, you know, and it shouldn't be okay. It shouldn't be necessarily like put out there as a okay thing to be doing.
But you think it should be legal, right?
I mean, legal.
Do you think murder should be left up to the states?
Circumstantial.
Circumstantial. I'll ask you this question. Do you think murder should? I'll ask you this question. Do you think murder should have been left up to the states during the Jim Crow era?
Not familiar with it. Can't speak on it.
Okay, so you don't know what Jim Crow is?
Not familiar with it enough to speak on it.
Okay, so specifically, like when people who are black were lynched in the South, which people who are black are still being lynched to this day, by the way. People who are black were lynched, right, in the South during the Jim Crow era in the South, where there was racial segregation, right? In that time period, do you think that the right to kill someone and murder them should have been left up to the states?
No.
Okay. So then there should have been federal laws that restrict people from being able to murder those, right, in the country who are people, correct?
I'm sorry, I was reading the comments.
So there should be federal laws that restrict people from murdering people.
Yes.
Okay. So federal laws. Then you
But
agree.
you should view a baby as
listen to
a,
this.
as a person.
If there should be federal laws, then you either believe that it's not murder, or you do believe that it should be forced for everyone on a federal basis.
Yes. Yes, because you should view the baby as a person.
Okay. So you should think it should be forced in every state. Okay, then I'll view this question. What point does it have the right to life? At what point does that begin?
I believe it is at heartbeat, with heartbeat law in the state of Alabama.
Why not prior to the heartbeat? Because life begins at conception.
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, you have a
not
good
quite possibly. It does begin at conception.
Yeah. I mean, you have a good argument there, and that's
Morgan.
that's
Thank you so much for the $10 for donating to the Planned Parenthood Fund. Thank you so much. Just for my 500th abortion today.
What's your view?
Thank you so much, Morgan. I really appreciate the $10 for the Planned Parenthood Fund.
What's your viewpoint on Planned Parenthood and stem cells?
What about it?
What's your viewpoint on it? Like, I know you strictly talk about Trump, but I've watched you multiple times. You pop up on my For You page.
I'm just not familiar with what they do with stem cells. So
you're not familiar with stem cells?
No, I'm not familiar with what they do with stem cells.
With what they do, they ship them to Mexico. They sell them to Mexico. Mexico, to Canada, to Europe, all of it.
Is that consensual?
Not necessarily.
Like, do people like? What do you mean it could be? Like, I'm asking, do people give up their stem cells, or are the stem cells from other things, or what is it? What are the stem cells from?
From the babies that they abort.
Oh, okay. So stem cells from babies that they abort without parental consent, of course. All right. So I'm asking this question: what evidence do you have of this?
There's an article, I believe it was January published, where
that is Planned Parenthood doing this.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood.
So what's the title?
I can't remember the title at the moment. I was researching it yesterday and I forgot about it until now.
So you should probably go look that up right now, because I just want to let you know you're in front of 5,800 people.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm just having a normal conversation.
I understand, but you are in front of a lot of people right now. You should probably clarify that information before you say it in front of so many people if you don't have reason to believe it to be true. Because I mean, I think that's one that isn't very clear.
I was reading the article yesterday, so there is an article.
Jeremy, thank you for the $10. Thank you. I'd love to see. It's on. I'd love to see the article if you'd like to go find the title. Can't hear you while you swipe out of the app, just letting you know. But if you want to support me, everyone, again, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over at YouTube Super Chat, everybody. But what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Coral, thank you for the $20, by the way. Coral, thank you so much. Give some W's for Coral in the comment section right now. Taylor with the $10, thank you. Emily with the $5. Coral again with the $5, thank you. I really appreciate it. Jeremy, thank you so much for the $10. NCEP, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Thank you. Give him a second to find this, everyone. In the meantime, I'll have another person to help him out. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. It helps get it out to more people. We probably got like another 50, 60 minutes or so left on the stream or so. Just letting everyone know. Tomorrow I should be live really early again, 9 a.m. Yotep, how old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that is currently on the screen here on TikTok. Cortical, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Heaven, thank you so much for the $8. Thank you, Heaven. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that on Cash App. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support. Do meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Alrighty. Oh, well, you said hi a little bit late. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
And do you support Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
2000.
What month?
January.
For sure. So, why do you support Trump?
I think he was the most suitable candidate in the last election.
For sure. Why do you think he was the most suitable candidate?
I think that Kamala is inauthentic and probably low IQ.
Is there a way you can go to like a area with a little less background noise? One, I don't think she's low IQ. I think that's a ridiculous statement for you to make. I think she's an incredibly intelligent person. And what was the first claim you made?
Inauthentic and low
Inauthentic?
IQ.
I mean, Donald Trump had 30,000 confirmed lies. The idea that you would call Kamala Harris inauthentic, but Donald Trump authentic is actually laughable.
I'm judging authenticity in the fact that when they say they're going to do something, they'll kind of...
So like repeal and replace the ACA, drain the swamp, build the wall and make Mexico pay for it, end the Ukraine-Russia war in 24 hours, lower grocery prices. I mean, I can keep going. Release the Epstein files. I can keep going if you'd like.
No, I agree. There's a bit of puffery, but at the end of the day, he was able to lay out every piece of what he wanted to achieve across multiple sectors. Whereas you had Kamala Harris on the stand and should kind of just spew word salad for an hour or whatever.
Wrong. Can you give me one clip of her spewing quote unquote word salad? Because I'll play you a clip right now of Donald Trump doing that. Would you like to hear this right now?
You can play the one clip, but I'm sure you can.
I know I can play many clips, by the way.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. Pay a lot of tax. And
yeah, how do you defend that clip?
No, I agree. I think that's a pretty humorous clip you have. But I don't think that it poses a strong enough argument to say that he's more prone to word salading than Kamala is.
Kamala?
In the name of preventing whale strikes. But you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up on shore. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy.
It sounded fairly articulate. What's your point?
That sounded fairly articulate. He said that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Are you serious? That sounded articulate to you. I can't believe the level of cult-like support that Donald Trump has. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. If Kamala Harris said that, that clip would be played on every media source known to man.
So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy. He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too, a lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards, or here. Do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Yeah, so I mean, like, play me any clip that is at all comparable in terms of Kamala Harris. I mean, I'll play you another one if you'd like. Would you like to hear another one?
So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay. It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Hey, well, I don't think science knows, actually.
What? He thinks science doesn't know yet. By the way, this is the president of the United States currently. He thinks he knows better than science without any formal degree in the matter, no education, no understanding of it, disputing the consensus of climate scientists across the board that not only that climate change is caused by humans, but that it's increasing global temperatures.
Okay, thanks for recapping the video.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think you're making, maybe most of your opposition falls along this line, but not everyone's a total ideologue. And you've done a great job proving the point that you are, that you can't really concede any side. I don't know what you actually stand for, because you prefer just to bash Trump on his character. So maybe if you had some point of saying what you believe Kamala would have done that would leave America better off than how Trump has carried out his term.
We've been talking for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I go on live every single day and debate people for 6 hours every single day. I constantly talk about what Kamala Harris, right, would have done in terms of policy that would be better than Donald Trump. I'll give you examples. $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, a $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket, $35 cap on insulin for everyone, not just for people who are seniors, getting rid of the effect of medical debt on your credit, the largest investment in renewable energy ever through the Inflation Reduction Act. I mean, I can give plenty of things.
Yeah, I think that just sounds like a lot of inflation.
It sounds like a lot of inflation. What causes inflation?
What do you mean?
What causes inflation?
Putting more money into this economy?
Really? Because, I mean, if we're going to reference debt-related spending, Donald Trump signed off on $4 trillion more debt-related spending comparative to the Biden-Harris administration. Plus, we can look at the Trump administration's campaign plans for the next administration, $4 trillion more than Harris's, according to the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a nonpartisan committee from the federal government. I mean, I can also point to the fact that Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill is it going to add $3.4 trillion to the debt? And it literally cuts over 10 million people off of their health insurance through the context of Medicaid and millions of people off their food stamps. Decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners and then gives massive tax breaks disproportionately that benefit the top 1%, millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah, I think to touch on the last point, that's kind of how you make a country successful.
How so? By taking from the poor and giving to the rich? That's how a country becomes successful, is taking from the poor and giving to the rich?
The country becomes successful by allowing business to prosper. And by taking money and just giving it away as handouts, you're not going to entice people to do much business there.
There's no trickle-down aspect of the economy because there's not an incentive for that money to trickle down, but there's a natural trickle-up effect within the economy. So if you build a good consumer base that has high levels of consumer confidence, businesses will exist because there's an incentive based in the market for them to exist.
What's your point about trickle up?
There's a natural trickle up aspect of the economy. So if you have redistribution of wealth from the richest Americans to the poorest Americans, there's a natural trickle up effect in the economy. But if you have trickle down, there actually is an incentive for business owners to give money to their employees unless they specifically profit from it. So they're going to do whatever profit maximizing for themselves.
Yes, that's kind of how things go.
Which isn't always what's best for society. And especially if we look at the MPC, the marginal propensity to consume for lower income individuals, it tends to be higher, which means for each dollar they specifically get in income, they are likely to spend a greater percentage of that on consumer goods.
I think if you look at sort of the quality of life and technical advancement, as well paralleled with the rate of change of income inequality, you'll notice that both are increasing.
What's your point? You understand that like income inequality increasing isn't necessarily going to be a reason as to why like real GDP is increasing. There have been points in history, specifically when there was significantly lower levels of inequality and there were higher levels of real growth. So if you're going to say that growth is caused specifically from the inequality, well then it must be due to less inequality.
No, it's just a byproduct of it.
Well, if you look historically, GDP increased higher when we had lower levels of inequality in our system. That's just a fact.
When was this?
Talking World War II, like particularly, like around that time period.
That was the progenitor of inequality. That's what allowed businesses to kind of compartmentalize.
Comparative to the time period now, significantly less inequality.
Yes, but then look at the difference in quality of life and technological advancement.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And we can absolutely increase that to be a greater extent if we had greater scale immigration. If we also were willing to invest in consumers, right? In people, in having basic necessities so that they can work more, engage in society more, engage in more economic activity. That creates a better society for everyone. And again, the natural trickle up aspect of the economy will incentivize businesses to exist because they want to make money.
At this point, it sounds like you're mostly just touting for a social democratic republic.
Absolutely, a social democratic system.
Okay, so I guess unless you believe that the left wing is going to radicalize to that extent, then it seems almost trivial to try and pose yourself on either side if you don't agree.
Radicalize to what extent? You act like my position is radical.
Oh, it's radical in that it's deviating from what's normal. So yeah.
Okay, well then whatever is radical isn't bad, right? Just because something's radical doesn't mean it's bad under your view, because it's just a difference from the norm.
I don't know if it was my tone, but I didn't mean to associate that connotation with it. I was just speaking it literally.
I'm confused. I didn't pick up on any tone.
Well, you assumed that I was using a word in a certain context, but I wanted to reassure you that I was being literal.
And what way are you using it? In a literal sense, in which it was not the way that I was describing?
Yep. Like the word perverted. It's a lot of people associate that with pretty negative things, but it just means someone that deviates from what's normal.
No, I'm asking you the specific way that I use the term that was not in the way that you were using the term, right? When I was describing how you were using it.
I called you radical. You said radical is not bad or something. And I didn't mean to make you think that I meant it in a
really
bad
weird
way.
example, by the way, though.
Oh, okay. But yeah. So, anyways, okay. Well, if you want to be a democratic socialist, that's fine. And honestly,
I'm not a democratic socialist. I'm a social democrat. There's a distinction.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm a liberal.
Well, you want a lot of like sort of core commodities to be owned by the government, controlled, operated, distributed, etc.
To some degree, in order to establish a baseline of the necessities for people who are in need.
Yeah, so something like healthcare or something, which I'm assuming you believe that everyone should have healthcare for free.
Universal healthcare, yes, absolutely. Medicare for all, absolutely.
Would you agree that people should have some sort of universal base income?
UBI would be more prevalent to be adopted once we have higher scale automation. At this point, I don't think UBI would be as effective until we get to the point of higher scale automation. I think that instead we should provide services, right, or provide systems like through the context of Medicare for all or through the context of free public universities, right? I think that giving people money actually gives more power to suppliers to engage in greedy behavior in the market.
I think it's an interesting thought experiment, but the other thing, do you think that banks should be nationalized?
Like UBI could be it could be coupled with other sorts of regulations, which could be effective at mitigating price gouging, which would be effective, and that could be like a model that you could use, but it's only certain contexts of UBI. Sorry, what were you saying?
I asked if you think banks should be nationalized.
Banks should be there should be nationalized banks, yeah. Like I believe some banks should be nationalized, not every bank, but I mean I actually don't really see like any beneficial aspect of private banks in a general sense if we want to run it that way. Like I think that we probably could run it through a more effective mechanism if we ran mostly through a public system. At least providing like a overall public option, especially for banking, would be effective. Like
Okay, so
I like providing public options because it provides a baseline for the market. Like a baseline for treatment.
And not in the sense of the baseline for banks is the Federal Reserve rate, but you're talking about the baseline for what exactly?
Yeah, like for example, when we provide a public option, we're providing a baseline of standard of care.
Okay.
That everyone gets this because it. Okay. All right.
I appreciate you talking.
For sure. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do meet the set of criteria that is on the screen. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. What's up? How old are you?
Yo.
How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
2005.
What month?
September.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Just like he like meets all the things that I like see in a president.
Like what?
He supports religion, like the Bible.
Okay. What about it that you like?
I mean, I'm a Christian, so I'm not gonna vote for somebody that's not.
Okay. If do you think a real Christian has a favorite verse? Do you think a real Christian repents for their sins?
Yeah, for sure.
If Donald Trump has never repented for his sins, would you consider him a real Christian?
I mean, how do I know he did or did not?
He says it, maybe?
He did?
Like, if he admitted to never repenting, would you support him?
I mean, it's more like,
Wow.
not his stamp, like not him.
Wow. Dude,
he supports.
Okay,
like,
so it's
Bible
not
and
him
all that.
being a Christian. It's him grifting off of being a Christian?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he supports people that are Christian.
So you support a Christian grifter or over an actual Christian?
I mean, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Kamala Harris is an actual Christian. Donald Trump is grifting as a Christian in order to be able to get people's votes. And you want to support the grifter Christian over the actual Christian.
I mean, Kamala Harris is a Christian? It's like new news.
Kamala Harris is a Christian, absolutely.
I mean, she's done a lot of things that don't seem like very Christian.
Like what? I mean, Trump has been held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He sent false leads to electors, electoral college, cast Trump votes when he didn't win to try to steal the election. He's a serial adulterer, cheated on every single one of his wives, has 30,000 confirmed lies. I mean, I can point to plenty of things that Donald Trump has done specifically that are incredibly anti-Christian. What can you mention Kamala Harris has done that's anti-Christian?
Abortion.
Her perspective on abortion. How is that anti-Christian? She believes in separation of church and state. That's not anti. Do you think Christians who believe in separation of church and state are not Christians?
I mean, I'm saying abortion that she wants abortion completely legal. Like that's against the Bible.
How? Where in the Bible does it say it should be illegal?
I mean, I'm just saying every human being is a person, right?
Where in the Bible does it say it should be illegal?
Bro, are you not listening to me?
No, I totally am. I'm asking you where in the Bible does it say that abortion should be illegal?
Yes.
Wait, I have a question. In the context of someone, like someone getting an abortion, because they cheated on their partner, would that make sense to you, or would that be legal under your worldview?
So you're saying someone cheated on their partner and had a kid and wants an abortion?
Yeah.
I mean, they cheated on their partner. Why would they know the consequences? Why cheat on your partner if you know you can have a kid?
Wait, I'm just saying, in that certain scenario, should they get an abortion, or would it be wrong to get an abortion?
I think it would be wrong because
it would be wrong to get an abortion. So if you look at numbers, right? Numbers specifically says in that context for a woman to drink, quote unquote, a certain type of water in order to be able to induce a miscarriage. I'm not trolling. It quite literally tells people to do this. In that context. Yeah, in that context, it tells people to induce a miscarriage by drinking a certain type of water, which is literally meant to cause an abortion. Like that's like the bitter water causes an abortion. Like, an intentional miscarriage is an abortion.
I like misheard you. Like, what do you state? Like, what is
an
that
intentional miscarriage is an abortion? Okay. In the context of numbers, it literally tells people in this context to get an abortion, right? Given that they cheated on their partner, given that there was adultery involved.
Okay.
So it quite literally tells people to get an abortion, right? And you said in that context it should be illegal, and you said the basis of why you think it should be illegal is the Bible.
Well, hold on. Illegal and like non-legal.
Dude, how are you going to get cooked by an atheist using the Bible? How are you going to let that happen?
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
My standpoint on abortion is like, okay, someone gets sexually assaulted, right? And they have a kid that they don't want. I think they should be allowed to have an abortion. And if it's them willingly having sex and then they want an abortion, like that makes no sense. Am I wrong?
Okay, well then you think that it would be wrong in the context of what numbers described for them to get access to that abortion, which as described as the Bible is wrong. So you disagree with the biblical morality.
I mean, where in the Bible does it say that abortion should be happened?
Numbers.
What numbers?
Numbers 5.
In what chapter?
Numbers 5?
Oh, numbers. Okay, I understand. I thought you were saying like statistics, numbers. So, okay, but what do you like? What is the context of that, though?
What do you mean? What's the context? The context is that
full context. Like, you're just saying a small part of the verse.
You don't know your own Bible?
Context. I mean, I know the Bible. I haven't read the whole thing 10 times in a row.
Well, I'm just, you don't know what the context of numbers is?
I'm trying to see if, like, bro, you said you know it, right? So what is the context?
I mean, I do, but why do you have to ask an atheist about how the Bible operates?
I mean, I don't know the full context off the top of my head.
You don't know the full context. Do you know any of the context of numbers? Actually, how about this? Can you name the first 3 books of the New Testament?
No, I can't.
You can't mention it. By the way, he wants to use the Bible to restrict women's. He wants to use the Bible to restrict women's access to abortion, but can't mention Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Okay, but does that make me not a Christian?
It makes you're a Christian, but you're just not a Christian that should use the Bible. You're just not a Christian that should use the Bible in order to be able to restrict people's rights when you haven't even, 1, read the Bible, nor 2, know the first 3 books of the New Testament. By the way, the gospel, the first 4 books, right, should be something that you know, right, as a Christian, by the way. That's New Testament.
All right.
And it should be embarrassing to you. But I just want to clarify, since you're using the Bible to literally restrict people's rights and access to abortion, you should feel embarrassed that an atheist knows more about the Bible than you do.
I'm saying my belief.
What you use to literally restrict people's rights, an atheist knows more about it.
What do you not get, though? Like, I'm telling you, my beliefs go off of what the Bible and what Jesus says.
Off the Bible that you haven't read, off the Bible that you didn't know the first 3 books of the New Testament from, off the Bible that specifically justified abortion in the context of someone cheating on their spouse, and you disagreed with that, and you said that people should go to jail in that context for something that the Bible deemed as something that you should do.
Does that make me not a Christian, though?
it makes you disagree with Christian morality. And by the way, it's not the aspect of Christian morality that is condoning slavery, or the aspect of Christian morality that is saying that you can't get a divorce in plenty of contexts in which we would argue that you should be able to get access to a divorce. That's something Jesus described himself. He provided essentially no conditions in which you can get divorced, right? For example, in the context of abuse, that is not established in the context as an exception.
Yo, bro, you like that?
I'm saying that it's not the biblical morality that relates to divorce. It's not the biblical morality that relates to what's it called? Slavery. It's not the biblical morality that relates to, genocide, right? In 1 Samuel 15:3. It's specifically the biblical morality that says that it would be okay for someone to get access to an abortion. That's the biblical morality that you disagree with.
Okay, but you still haven't gave me the context of numbers.
I do. Okay, so the context of numbers is it's describing, again, in the context of like someone who cheats on their spouse, what they should do in that context. It's moral law or about what they should do.
Okay, but like what people was that? What people are they talking about?
What people are they telling?
Inside of it, what are they talking about?
So are you saying it's okay specifically for that time period? Because again, that's what people say oftentimes with the Old Testament. I'm not even going to dispute that for this argument. I'll just say, at that time period, would you have thought that? Or like, do you think that as applicable to that time period? Like, do you think it would have been okay back then? That? Like, okay, what changes about the abortion at that point in history versus abortion now, right? Given that someone cheated on another person.
I don't understand.
Okay. Would you like to not talk about the Bible because it seems like we're kind of stuck here on this particular point?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about, bro?
Any reason why you support Donald Trump?
Because he's tough.
What do you mean? Are you like joking?
Tough. No, I'm not joking. What are you talking about?
So, what do you mean he's tough?
Like the definition of tough. Like he's just tough. Kamala Harris is not tough.
Kamala.
So why would I vote for Kamala Harris?
Kamala. What do you mean by tough?
What do you think I mean by tough?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I mean by tough?
No, I'm asking you what you mean by it. I don't know, because that's why I wanted to clarify.
Let me think. He gets paid. He's rich, like pape, rich.
What? He gets paper? Like, okay, so like you're saying like money? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So you mean he inherited $400 million from his dad?
I guess if that's what makes him rich.
So inheriting money is like somehow a good trait.
What's wrong with inheriting money, bro?
What's good about inheriting money in a manner in which someone should be elected based upon that?
I mean, what's wrong with inheriting money? I would be glad if I got 400 million.
I'm not even saying it's wrong to inherit money. What I'm saying is it's ridiculous that you're using that as like a qualification for him being president. Like,
no.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, he's tough.
And what do you mean? Like, in what way? Like, how is this guy tough?
Told you, bro. He gets paid.
This guy's tough?
Yeah, him.
He's tough? This guy?
Why are you not showing, like, the old pictures of him with, like, huts and stuff, though? Like, that. What picture is this, bro?
This is a picture of him?
You gotta show his best pictures.
You're saying this guy's tough?
Yeah, what makes him not tough?
Please tell me you're joking. This guy, you think this guy's tough?
What makes him not tough, bro? He got a polo on.
No, what? I'll just ask this question. I'm not even making a claim about anything. What makes him tough?
What? Like, what do you mean?
What makes him tough?
I just told you. Are you trying to say like the way he looks isn't tough?
I mean, is that what you're trying to reference? Is that like he looks tough? Or?
I mean, if it's based off looks, like you're like a subhuman, so I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm subhuman?
something like that.
What do you mean I'm subhuman?
Like you're sub 5.
What does that mean?
Hey, bro, everybody knows what that mean.
No, just tell me. Be specific. If you're so confident
Everyone
in
knows what it
it, wait,
means, bro. I'm not telling you.
if you're so confident in saying it, you should be able to clarify.
What do you mean?
Are you not confident in saying it enough to clarify?
Bro, you know what a sub 5 is, bro. I know you got ChatGPT.
I have no clue what you're saying. Can you just tell me?
I just told you. You know what it is.
I genuinely don't know what you're referencing. What are you saying?
You're basing Trump off of if he's tough or not by his looks.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm asking you like why what are you saying about me? You said I'm a quote unquote sub 5? What does that
Yeah.
what does that mean?
And that means you're like below average
Below average in what?
in looks, bro.
You're totally joking, bro. Please. Bro, please, bro. Can you turn your camera on?
Bro.
Yeah, this is total rage bait, by the way. Total rage bait.
Yo, so what do you want to talk about now, bro?
Was that your best rage bait you got?
What do you mean?
Is that the best rage bait you got?
What is rage bait?
Was that the best rage bait you got?
Can you explain that to me, bro?
Like you're obviously like making a joke in order to be able to like try to make me mad or something by saying I'm quote unquote sub 5 attractiveness or something. One, this is really weird that you're like rating people in that type of way. Secondly, like what are you talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I just want to let you know there's a lot of people on the internet that disagree with you. A lot of people on the internet that disagree with you, but that's not relevant point. Like, can you please? What do you mean, bro? Actually,
they disagree with me.
Why are you acting like this is like some revelation?
No, bro. No. Yo, so what are we talking about now?
All right. Have a good night.
You too, bro.
Jesus Christ, dude. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. If you do meet the set of criteria on the screen. What's up, how old are you?
Yo, I'm 19.
And what's your birth year?
2006.
Oh, a month.
January.
Support Trump?
Yeah.
For sure. Let me say thank you to a few people real quick, and then we'll make sure to go on to what you're saying as to why you support Donald Trump. Give me 1 second, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, everybody. I'm going to look through a quick catch-up, and then we're going to go on to this debate. This might be one of my last debates for today, everyone. Make sure to follow if you haven't already. Like the stream if you're on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. For anyone here on TikTok or on my girlfriend's account right now, I'd recommend to go over to my YouTube page right now. Parker, get a job. I really appreciate it. I posted 2 videos today. I post every single day. G, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, G. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Taylor with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Elida, thank you so much. I appreciate it. $20. Thank you so much. Coral with the $5. Nicole with the $5. Thank you so much. Elida, thank you for the $5. Sarah with the $1. Serendipity, thank you so much for the $2. Rudy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Terry, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much twice. Thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Coral with the $15.
Bro, you get these every day, bro.
Cortical with the $5. Thank you. What?
Oh my God. Huh?
What'd you say?
I say you get these every day. I know you're doing faking that smile.
Bro, why'd you just randomly say I'm faking my smile?
Because you get these donations every day. Like, I know you're used
I have a question.
to
Do you smile every day?
Oh, yeah. But not for the same reasons.
Aren't you used to life?
Yeah. But you're used to getting
you see how ridiculous of a position that is? I'm going to be thankful and happy that someone's sending me money regardless of whether or not like people send me money on a daily basis, given that this is my job.
But you, all right, you know what? Never mind. Can we go to the?
Can I not be grateful on a daily basis?
You can, but I know you're faking that smile.
Why do you think I'm fake?
It just looks like fake, you know?
What
Like,
about it?
I can have an opinion, right?
I mean, do you fake happiness and that's why you're thinking I do?
I know. It's just like,
This kind of just sounds like
you know,
projection.
at one point in like life, you know how, you know, like, how do I say this? Like, you know when someone's faking a smile, you know?
Am I faking my smile right now laughing at you?
Probably not. All right. Can we move on? You know, to the debate.
I have a question before we do. Do you think I have a real job?
I mean, it's, I guess social media. I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, if
Kind
you're
of?
making like, yeah, because you probably are making bank from like these teenage girls, but you know,
What, you think teenage girls are the only people sending me
yeah,
money?
they're the ones donating to you.
Watch, there's gonna be
I
a
mean,
bunch of people donating to me that are not teenage girls. Watch this. Matt, thank you
I'm
so
not
much for
saying that makes
$10.
you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Wait,
Thank
that
you.
was smart. That was
Joy,
smart.
thank you so
You're
much for the
basically
$2. Thank you so much. I really
that.
appreciate it,
That's
Joy.
smart.
For that beautiful fake
You just
smile. Thank you so much,
all right.
Joy. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
See you faking that. Yeah, I see it.
Adrian, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much.
Yo, old heads, we do not care about your age, bro. Why you spamming in the chat?
What are you saying?
I saw someone comment 43. This is not a good thing.
You should listen to people who are older than you. They know a lot more than they know a hell of a lot more than you do.
I'm just saying, if you're 43 and you're sitting in a TikTok live, not like no
Soul,
disrespect.
thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For keep fake smiling and dunking on these MAGA creeps. I like smiling. Smiling's my favorite. P.S. Not a teenager. I'm 46. Emily, thank you so much for the $2 for half my age. And sure, I'm 16. Seriously, like Najia, thank you so much for the $10 from a 24-year-old teenage girl. Coral, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much for a 35 and married. Just love your brain and fight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for Coral in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Coral. Michael, thank you so much for the $5 for a 35-year-old man, not a teenage girl. Yehoshua, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you for I'm a guy.
Gosh. Bro, someone just said there's
Nicole, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much for 20.
My gosh.
25-year-old woman who thinks you're a 10.
So why is everyone
Morgan,
spamming
thank you
their
for the
age
$2.
now
Thank you
just
so
'cause I
much.
said that?
Taylor, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I'm 25 years old.
Bro.
I donate because I believe in the cause and your job. Thank you. Terry, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for I appreciate and love Parker's smile. I love his debates and against the MAGA. And I'm 69 years old. Look at that. Like, okay, so do you realize how ridiculous that is? I just want to let you know, if you look at my YouTube demographics, which is half the stream right now, YouTube actually is significantly older. Only like 5% of my viewers on YouTube are 18 through 24. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because people, like, when they make an account, they usually, like, you know, set their age back like 10 years.
What?
Well, yeah, they do that because
This is
you get,
18
like,
through
restricted
24.
features. What?
It's 18 through 24. Why would they get restricted features for being 18?
No, for being like 13, for
Yeah.
example.
So then they would say that they're 18 through 24.
Yeah, so they're faking their age.
Meaning that meaning that a greater percentage of my audience would be 18 through 24.
No.
Jeez.
What? Well, no, that's what they say they are, right? Yeah.
Then it would show up in the data. 6% of my viewers are 18 through 24.
I'm saying that they're lying about it.
6% of my YouTube viewers are 18 through 24.
Your YouTube.
Yeah. 17% of my YouTube viewers are 65 plus.
TikTok?
19% of my YouTube viewers are 55 through 64. 18% of my YouTube viewers are 45 through 54. 20.6% of my YouTube viewers are 35 through 44. 18.3% of my viewers on YouTube are 25 through 34. Did you know that?
All right. Nice stats, bro.
Crybaby,
Nice
thank you so
stats.
much for the $10. Thank you so much. I'm 47 and I love to hear what the younger generation
Oh,
is
you're
thinking.
47? Get a job.
Joy, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. By the way, you think that they don't have a job? Brian, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much from a 44-year-old male teenage girl.
Lives, bro. That's kind of
Meredith, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For 36-year-old who
These
loves
people,
to listen to you and Dean destroy maggots every day.
All right. You want to start? All right. You want me to like explain? You guys always ask this, like, why do you support Trump? But you haven't asked that yet.
Okay, why do you
Like,
support
do
Donald
the
Trump? I
honors.
mean, because you came up on the live and
All
said
right, all
something
right.
ridiculous.
So
Hi
it's a
there, thank
pretty
you for the
valid
$2.
reason, and a lot of libs don't understand. But Donald Trump openly said that Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time over LeBron. So
Okay, can
that really
you
speaks to me.
stop?
And Charlie Kirk said it too.
Stop.
Like these Republicans know what they're talking about, right?
Okay, do you want to actually give me like an argument? Because I mean,
About
I can debate you on that, but
you want to? All right,
I'm
let's
not
do
going to
it.
debate you on that on the live.
Oh, come on, you viewers don't watch ball. They have no ball knowledge, All right. You want me to actually like?
Yeah, give me.
All right, so
like, a
I'm
reason why
gonna
you
keep it
support
real.
Trump.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like Trump as him as a person, but here's the catch. He's way better at his job than Kamala.
In what way?
I don't know how to say her.
In what way? In what way?
Oh,
was
in
he
what
better?
way? So basically, the houses, it takes less money to buy them. When Trump was president, it was like somewhere around 60K. And then when Biden was, it was like 120K. So, you see like the
60K?
decline.
You think houses were
Yes, it was
60K under
some,
Trump?
like, I don't know, in like a, some area like Pennsylvania,
Okay, so we're saying house prices went up. Do you think that's good for people who own houses?
Yeah, because it costs less.
Okay, so are you saying that people's generational wealth increased because housing prices went up?
No.
No?
Well, people needed more money to buy those houses, and you guys like to focus on
I was
poor
just seeing what I could get away with.
because
I was just saying-
when
So
people
wait,
argue
by the way, can you name one housing affordability policy of Trump's?
I don't know, bro.
He didn't have one.
Okay, well, he is.
Kamala Harris did, right? $25,000 tax
I don't care
credit
that
for
inflation
first.
went up because that's not that didn't.
Okay, how did the Biden-Harris administration cause inflation?
Because Biden didn't know what he was doing, bro.
He didn't know what he was doing.
He had dementia. He had dementia.
So one, he's not diagnosed. Two, as it relates to that, when we
it doesn't matter if he's diagnosed.
Two, as it relates to this.
Bro.
Two,
This is only stutters.
What did they do? And having a stutter does not mean that you have dementia. He has a stutter.
Okay, I know, but it's like a slight sign, that he's.
It's not. That's not a sign that you have dementia. Ridiculous.
But he forgot a bunch of things. That is a sign.
What?
What did he forget?
Tell me. What did he forget?
I know you're gonna say that. Exactly. I'm pre.
You forgot what he forgot?
I anticipated what you were gonna say.
Yeah, but you still didn't know the answer.
Just basic yo.
You anticipated the answer, but couldn't come up with a response. Good job.
No, but you don't understand. Life was better. 2016.
By the way, chat. He anticipated why his argument was wrong, but still didn't realize that his argument was wrong.
Cause it's everyone knows, even Democrats know that Biden has dementia.
By the way,
common knowledge.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he
common
does.
knowledge.
By the way, I don't think he does. He has.
Okay, but you said that I didn't answer.
He's declined cognitively through the context of his aging, but that doesn't mean that he has dementia. He definitely would have been diagnosed with dementia if he has it.
All right. The thing is, you said I dodged your question, right? Even though I anticipated it. But
no, I'm saying that you didn't have an answer.
You dodged what I said.
What did I dodge?
Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time.
Stop! I'm kicking you.
No, please.
No, please. What are you looking at? Thank you so much for the $10 for 31-year-old mechanic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Winnie, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for Winnie in the comment section. Thank you so much, Winnie. I really appreciate it. W's for Winnie in the comment section. Let me catch up with everyone else. Mr. Hi there, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shay, thank you for the $5. Matt, thank you for the $10. Emily with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Hi there, thank you for the $2. Crybaby, thank you so much for the $10. Mark, thank you for the $2. Chris with the $10. Thank you. Ashley, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sarah, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the kind words. Hope, thank you for the $10. Rachel with the $5. Thank you. Joy with the $2. Molly with the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Brianna, thank you so much for the $1. Ashley with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kiana, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Danessa, thank you so much for the $5, by the way. Let's go on to the next individual. Last person for the night, everyone. Last person for the night. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, I'd really recommend to go over to the YouTube. Parker, get a job on YouTube. You don't have to deal with all the bans that I'm dealing with. This is probably going to be the account I'm on tomorrow. Just letting everyone know. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that is on the screen. This is the last guest I'm going to be bringing up for today, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
2006.
1 month.
Huh?
1 month. April. And do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
He's like deployed a lot of fucking fuck this shit.
I think they're a child. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump and meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 22.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I just wanted to say that I find that you're a bit performative.
Okay. Do you support Donald Trump?
Like I've seen.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I've watched your channel for quite a bit.
Okay. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. And if you think I am not performative, type 3 in the comment section.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, how old are you?
19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do, sir.
What's your birth year?
2006.
1 month.
February.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
As we're in the best era of America we've been in a while.
And what makes you think that?
No new wars. We're in like a decent economy, peace, all that good stuff.
Okay. No new wars and good economy. That's kind of funny because both of those are wrong.
Alright,
So
but
I mean, let's
comparing
go over this.
recent years-
In terms of no new wars, he bombed Iran. That's one thing. And then 2, also increased the funding for Ukraine again. So good job there. And in terms of the good economy, there was such a bad jobs report that came out recently that he literally fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because he didn't like the results. And he said that they were politically propagandized information, even though under the Biden-Harris administration, 3 weeks after Kamala Harris was going to be or started to run her candidacy, there was an 18 the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 818,000 job revision 3 weeks into her administration. If they were biased specifically in support of Democrats, why would they release this information 3 weeks after Kamala Harris started her campaign?
I stand with Psycho.
What?
Psycho, the guy that was on here earlier. I'm just saying I stand with him.
And in what way? I'm confused. What did he say? I don't know who you're referencing.
You know what I mean?
No. Can you respond to what I said, or?
Well, yeah, but I'm making my point right now.
And that is?
That I stand with Psycho's point.
Okay. I don't know what you're referencing. Do you want to be specific?
Like, about how Donald Trump has been just the better president.
In what way?
Supporting Michael Jordan?
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. This is going to be the last guest before I get off for tonight, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
And what's your birth year?
2007 March.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, but my brother has been showing me some things, and I was just wondering if you could tell me about some reasons to convince me otherwise.
To clarify, if you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why would you do that?
That's just kind of who I've been influenced by my parents, but I'm just seeing if you'd be able to change my mind.
Sure. So, like, what specific influencing factors have they told you? Like, what do they tell you that influenced you to think that way?
I don't know if you'd be okay with talking about this, but just kind of like or what my parents just believed is that he was just a better president and was able to get better like prices, like keep the economy well and stuff. But my brother's just been showing me a lot of things about how Jews are influencing the world.
Okay. So by the way, it's not Jewish people. If he's referencing specifically Jewish people, that's anti-Semitism, right? It has nothing to do with Jewish people. If you want to reference about like influence over American politics, that's Zionism. Judaism and Zionism are not the same. There's a huge distinction between them, and actually saying that they are the same is anti-Semitism. So if you want to reference like Zionist influence over our public institutions, we can reference that and we can talk about how that's incredibly harmful and bad, especially because it's led to plenty of people in the United States supporting the mass starvation of Palestinians, which is absolutely disgusting, the genocide of Palestinians, which is absolutely disgusting for people to support. And then in terms of keeping the economy better, Donald Trump actually is worse for prices because of tariffs, which is demonstrated by most economists, along with the fact that the jobs report that just recently came out through the Bureau of Labor Statistics was so bad that he thought it was politically propagandized and biased information, and he fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because he thought that it was politically biased information. And that's actually a nonpartisan position. So like the idea that it was politically biased information is ridiculous. And if we were to assume that it was politically biased information, well, then why would it be the case that that same person would drop a 818,000 job revision 3 weeks after Kamala Harris announced her run for presidency? It wouldn't make any sense for them to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any more just information that you could share?
Yeah, Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people. Look up Trump liable essay. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He bragged about walking into the changing rooms of girls in Miss TMSA because he quote-unquote owns the place to inspect them without their consent. And there was an 18-year-old that came out and said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these types of changing rooms when Donald Trump would barge in while they were changing.
All right. Damn, I didn't even know that. All right. Thank you, man, so much.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for that information.
All right. Kiana, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Of course, of course. Sandra, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Sid with the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I am trying to do it a little bit later. Tomorrow will be early again. Actually, I'll have to make sure to check. Oh my gosh. It's been so long. It's been so long. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. Just someone I've known in the past that used to come onto my streams all the time, who's really cool. Someone I knew for a while just joined in the stream, and I saw them, so it was really cool to see them. It's been a long time. They used to come into my streams all the time. That was so cool, so cool. They know who they are, but I appreciate you. But all right, everyone. I love everyone so much. I am gonna get off. I will be back on tomorrow in the morning. I always update my Instagram updates channel if you want to go check out when I'm going to be live. Instagram updates channel. And I think there was someone spamming in the comment section, someone that was like quote unquote calling me out or something to like debate me. That was MAGA. They can join the live at any point. I'll debate them. Love to debate any MAGA if they want to come up and debate me. I go live every day, so they can always join in my live. If they're quote unquote calling me out, they can easily join the live. If they're MAGA. But yeah. I love everyone so much. I will see everyone tomorrow. Soul, thank you for the $5. Thank you. And everyone, thank you for all the gifts. I seriously really appreciate everyone so much. I seriously really appreciate that. I want to make sure I've caught up with everything real quick before I do get off real quick. Sandra, again, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What are you looking at? Thank you for the $10 again. I am caught up. I am caught up. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic night. Go check out some of the other videos I posted. I would really appreciate it. Everyone who's here on the TikTok stream, I'd really appreciate if you go over to the YouTube. Parker Get a Job. Seriously, I'm probably about to make a TikTok video right now telling everyone to go over there because I've been experiencing so many issues with my TikTok that I would really appreciate if people would go over there. I would really appreciate it. All right, everyone, have a good night. Everyone, have a good night. I love y'all so much. Also, if you're on TikTok, you can go over to Santana's stream. Santana24 speaks. You can spam Parker Raid. Love from Parker, everyone. Parker Raid. Love from Parker. Also on Santana's stream. Santana24 speaks. Especially for the people who are here on YouTube. Love y'all so much. Have a great night, everyone.